One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today. Good afternoon. Now, this is a very odd time for me to come on live, but this is actually the first chance I got to come live because this has been a really busy day and it is absolutely pouring outside. So please forgive any noise that's going to sound like my wipers or the rain. It's starting to let up a little bit now. There we go. We are back in this series, y'all. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pissing people off. And look, after this series is done, I will be on a social media break. So that way I don't have to incur any of your wrath. So you can keep watching and keep, being mad in the comments. But I have to take 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks off so I can finish the projects that I'm working on. I can't do but so many things all at the same time. So I'm going to spend the rest of October working on completing these projects I have that I've started. But today we are in the AAA Tough Love series for women. And I done made some women mad, but y'all going to be all right. Y'all going to make it. You going to make it. Y'all need this series. And look, I already told you when I come back in November, I'm going to do the AAA Tough Love series for men. So don't think the men are getting off easy. They're not. They're not. I'm going to give them some tough love when I get back. But y'all know my platform is primarily for women. What I do and what I talk about is primarily all about women. It's about women learning and growing and doing better. It's about women being better gatekeepers. It's about women protecting ourselves and doing things that actually lead to us having a great life. That's what my platform is predominantly about. So I have a lot of men over here that love to peek in. They love to look in to see what we doing. But really, my platform is for women. So today, the signs of an emotionally immature woman. I'm going to give y'all one more. She is undisciplined and does not have self-control. Let's talk about it. She is undisciplined and does not have good self-control. What does that mean? What do I mean by that? Well, as the men love to say already, that women are ruled by their feelings. They're ruled by their emotions, right? So if it feels like it to them, like their feelings are facts, okay? So if it feels a certain way, that's a woman's truth. Well, it feels like my emotions are telling me, right? That gets them in a lot of trouble because they will get themselves all worked up and all riled up, and they will do things or they will say things based on their feelings. But guess what? They don't like the consequences of that. They don't like the fact that something they did or something they said when they was feeling a way, when they was angry, when they was frustrated, when they was confused or however they was feeling, right? They don't like the consequence of the action that they took when they was in their feelings. So there is a lack of self-control. There is a lack of just disciplining yourself and your flesh. So a big part of self-discipline is I don't do everything that I want to do. I don't say everything that I want to say. Like when you are emotionally mature, a lot of words that be rolling around in your head don't come out your mouth. You don't say those things. Okay? But women who are emotionally immature, they do. They say exactly what they think. They don't take into account that the timing is off. They don't take into account who they're saying it to, right? None of that matters because there's their truth and they got to get it out. I got to talk. I got to say this. Forget the fact that what they're about to say may not be appropriate, may be said in such a way as to have negative consequences. Okay. They can be undisciplined financially. They can lack self-control financially. And I want to specifically speak on this because this was an area I struggled in myself. And if I'm being honest, to this day, I still struggle with being disciplined financially. That's why I need a man that's really good in that area, because that is not my strong suit. And I admit it. That is not my strong suit. To be able to say no to the trips and the things I like to do. I'm a services girl, right? So I'm not big on things. I could care less about name brand this and fancy car that. I could care less about that stuff. But let a man want to take me somewhere. Let a man want to show me a new experience or take me to a new place. Like, that's what get me every time, right? You want to take Anita somewhere. You want to take her to this specific restaurant or bar, just this specific place I've never been to before. That's what get me every time. I love a good experience. I love doing something I've never done before. But see, I also gotta watch my coins. I gotta watch my coins, y'all, because see, I will find myself spending all my little money on going places and the services. I love a good massage. I love a good pedicure. Okay, can I be honest? I love services. I love the housekeeping services. Okay, I love the yard guy, the landscaping services. Right now, I'm in the market for a painter. I need a guy to come and fix some holes in the walls of my daughter's room. I love a good services guy. I just had the electrician at the house. I love services. Okay, I love people that do things that I don't want to do. And sometimes there's things that I know how to do and I just don't want to do them. So that's where a lot of my money go, if I'm being honest. But certain women, emotionally immature women, they routinely spend beyond what they make. When a woman is emotionally immature, she will not live within her financial means. And of course, these women, these are the women. Let me go ahead and get my tap dancing shoes on. You ready? These are the women that have requirements, financial requirements for a man that they can't meet. They want you making $250,000 a year and they make $13 an hour. Okay? They want, designer clothes that they can't buy. They want you to spend $250 on nails that they would never spend. They want to go to all these fancy restaurants that they ain't never been to before. Okay? That is your financially undisciplined, emotionally immature woman. She loves spending your money. She loves, you buying her all these things she can't even buy for herself. So that's the big red flag right there. Okay? Because women love to say, well, I ask him to do all this because this is how I keep myself. This is what I do for myself. Some of y'all is not telling the truth. Okay? I don't ask men for anything I can't do for myself. Because if I'm being honest, I don't really like stuff like that. But all the trips I've been on, going to Martha's Vineyard every August, I do that. I do that. If I ask a man to do that, it's because I can do that. Right? I just got back from London with my son. I went out to Houston. I went to Arizona. I could do that. Right? I've been to San Francisco, California, New York. Okay? I could do that. I go to Mexico. I go to the Bahamas regularly. I go to Jamaica. I could do that. Like anything that I'm asking a man to do, I could do. Okay? But some of y'all, that's not the case. Some of y'all be asking for stuff you ain't never experienced before. You can't afford. Okay? Or send them $100 for lunch. Not sure if you saw the clip floating around about that. I'm going to look for it. You the second person that done mentioned it. What? Where are you going that it's costing $100 for lunch? Come on, y'all. And that's what be burning me. Like, you want to spend big when it's a gnat in here, y'all. You want to spend big when it's other person's money. That don't make no sense. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The emotionally immature woman. The money she make and the money you make is spent differently. That's emotional immaturity. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's times when a man want to take me out and spend a whole lot. I'm like, nah, baby, nah, we're not doing that. Like, it bothers me. Like, we're not doing this or having this experience for this amount of money. Like, it's just ludicrous. Like, some things are just ludicrous in my mind. But the fact that women are out here like, yeah, he should be buying first class tickets. He should be buying, $1,500 each and all. No, it don't take all that, baby. I went to London. I went to London on Virgin Airlines for $650 all day. It don't take all that. So no, no man of mine is going to spend more money than he have to spend. That's that. But again, I'm emotionally mature. These immature women, because it's your money, right? They'll waste your money. They not doing that with their money, because the truth is they ain't got no money. But anyway, she said that's more than enough, and them women is crazy. I know. They want $1,800, $2,000 for the overnight flight. I paid $650 all day. And look, we had good seats. We had them seats in the exit row, where there wasn't nobody in front of us, so we were stretching our legs out. I was like, yeah, this is perfectly fine. I was like, for $650. Okay. I ain't trying to impress nobody. Anita got to London like everybody else on the plane. And look, that's what be tripping me out. The people at the front of the plane paid $3,200. Anita in the middle of the plane paid $650 all day, and we both made it to London. So that don't make no sense. But anyway, let's move on, because this woman lacks self-control. This is the woman who is having unprotected sex. This is the woman who is, putting herself in harm's way because she lacks self-control. She doesn't know either how to tell a man no, to not have sex at all. She's out here sleeping around, giving men what they want, or maybe it's what she wants. But either way, she lacks self-control. Okay? So even if I wanted to sleep with every man that I came across, I still am not doing that. And y'all, I don't want to sleep with every man. Y'all know me better than that. I'm weird about bodily fluids. I have to really feel a way about you to want to do that. We have to be committed every ways up and down. I have to really like you. We need to be in a commitment. Like, it's a whole lot of requirements that must be met before Anita is going to lay down with you. So I don't want to sleep with everybody like that. But let's say you did, right? Because I'm getting these comments. Let me tell y'all about these comments I'm getting. I'm getting these comments lately about women saying, oh, why are you talking about women not liking sex? And, we want it as much as men. And, I don't know why you be talking like that. And you act like women don't want sex and blah, blah, blah. And some women just want to fulfill their lustful desires. And they just want to, have sex with whoever they want. And Okay. Again, if that's you, then there's an emotional immaturity inside of you that if you have a need to open your legs to any and everybody, if you are so driven by your flesh, by your lust, you are an emotionally immature woman. Because emotionally mature women, even if they want a man, even if they desire a man, they know better. They have basic feminine principles. And I'm working on that video, y'all. I'm working on that video. Right now, I'm slammed because at the end of the month and the first of the month, I'm slammed with paperwork. But I'm working on that video. The 21 feminine principles. And self-control and self-discipline is one of them. That I don't lay down with every man that make my flesh go, ooh, that make my flesh tingle. Because some men are just not good for you. Okay, some men don't serve no good purpose in your life. Just because between your legs tingle when a man smile at you or touch you, or you feel his beard rub up against your cheek, or you smell him, that's called so what, baby. You don't open your legs. Your legs don't pop open sesame because of you tingling it in between your legs. Okay? And that's called emotional maturity. That's called self-control. That's called being self-disciplined. So this idea that, this hedonistic idea that everything that feels good is good for me, that's for children. That's for children, baby. That's children who want to get up every morning and eat ice cream and cookies and, I don't want to eat vegetables. I don't want to eat this. I want to have nuggets every day of my life. That's what children do. Guess what grown-ups do? Guess what grown, mature women do? They eat vegetables. They eat fruits and vegetables. They eat lean meats. They leave all them carbs and all that processed food and all that sugar alone, because guess what? That is what's going to benefit their body long term. They stop eating out and eating Chick-fil-A and McDonald's and Burger King and everywhere else all the time. No, they actually cook meals at home. Because, again, self-discipline, self-control. Okay, let's go here. And then I'm going to be done because I'm at Target picking up my order. You ready? You can tell a lot of women who lack self-control and who lack self-discipline. You can tell because of their weight. You ready? You ready for this? Because of their weight, that they lack self-control, that they lack self-discipline. Let me show y'all what self-discipline look like. So today is October 1st. I'm on this 30-day no sugar challenge. And when I tell y'all it's 2:23 and it's kicking my tail. 2:23 in the afternoon on the 1st of October, and I'm suffering. You would think I'm getting off of heroin. Okay? That's how bad it is. But just like I get up every day to walk, just like I do them 10 pull-ups every night, just like I go to the gym 3 times a week and work out with weights. See, that's what self-discipline looks like. That's what self-control looks like. And for the first time in my life, I've made up my mind that I get to decide what I put in my mouth. I get to decide. Not my cravings, not the devil on my shoulder, not the little ads on television and all this other foolishness. Anita decides what goes in her mouth. Anita decides to move her body around every day. Anita decides to lift heavy. Some of y'all not doing that. And you can tell. You can tell because some of y'all are overweight. Some of y'all are looking for the closest space to the door of Walmart or Target or the grocery store instead of parking in the far end of the lot and walking your behind to the door. Some of y'all don't go to the gym. You don't walk. Some of y'all, eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 3 snacks in between. Some of y'all eat 9, 10 o'clock at night. Some of y'all eat mindlessly while you watching your shows. There is zero self-discipline in your life when it comes to your food habits, when it comes to your health and your fitness, and it shows. It shows. One thing that most men know about me, they're like, okay, it's either 2 things here. Number 1, Anita has fantastic genetics. Or number 2, Anita is actively doing something to manage her weight. That's what most men tell me. There's either number 1 or it's number 2. You got some fantastic genetics where you can eat whatever you want. I can't. That's why I'm trying to give up sugar. I can't eat whatever I want. Okay? Or number 2, I have disciplined my flesh. I have made up my mind that I get to decide what goes in my mouth and how often. Right now, I'm down to 2 meals a day. 2 meals a day. I'm allowed to have a green smoothie. I'm allowed to drink, look, this was in here. I'm allowed to drink water with lemons, limes, a little splash of cayenne pepper. That's what I'm drinking most of the day. I'm allowed to have coffee once a day, which is now going to turn into like once every 3 days because I can't put any sugar in it. I can't put anything I like in it. But that's how you can tell. Emotionally immature women are undisciplined and they lack self-control in most of the areas of their life. Financially, your health and fitness, who you sleep with, all the things. Your mouth. Oh, let's talk about your mouth. You ready? Let's talk about your mouth. Let's talk about how emotionally immature women will cuss you clean out, will say, and when I talk about they will hit below the belt, they will hit below the belt. They will go all the way down to the depths of hell if they got to pull something out of their hat to tell you off and tell you about yourself. That mouth, the complete and utter lack of self-control with their words. And don't let it be consequences to what y'all say. Don't let y'all lose your job, lose a good man, lose a good friend, lose opportunities in business because of that mouth. Well, I don't understand why they tripping. I was mad. That's what I didn't mean it. Don't matter. Once you fire that mouth off, it don't matter if you didn't mean it. Don't matter what your intention was. Don't matter if you was mad, sad, or glad. You ran your mouth off, and that's the consequence of what you said. Well, see, why he won't talk no more? Because, I just said that because I was mad. No, it's a done deal, baby. Don't throw up in a man's face anything he done told you in confidence. It's done. It's over. You can forget about him ever telling you anything again. But it's your lack of self-control. It's your lack of, knowing when to be quiet. Everything ain't to be said out loud. Everything ain't to be said by you. Everything ain't to be said right now. But that's the biggest one, is just running off at the mouth. And when I tell y'all, I had some female friends, and look, I'll cut you off quick. like I said, part of me, I feel bad about that about me, but then a part of me is like, nah, I don't. But I had some girlfriends that, like I said, they would get in their feelings about something, and sometimes it wasn't even about me. Like, their man would make them mad. They would come around to me. I would ask them a question and get cussed clean out. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then look, 2 days later, I was tripping about Daryl. He had said this or did this, and I know I shouldn't have said that. No, I'm good. I'm good. Like, you don't got to worry about me no more. Because what you ain't going to do is call yourself cussing me clean out and think you're not going to get any consequences. That's not going to happen. That's not going to Anita going to leave you clean alone. I don't like emotionally immature women. I don't like impulsive women. I don't like women that snap and go off. I don't like that, because I myself am incredibly disciplined, incredibly controlled over what I say and what I do. And look, I'll say nothing. I will shut all the way down. I will say absolutely nothing before I just snap and go clean off on people. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm being completely honest with y'all. I don't get it. This idea that you could just run off at the mouth, say whatever you want, and people are supposed to be okay with it. Like, you being in your feelings or you being mad is an excuse to cuss people clean out. Like, it's just not. All right. The Queen of Cascade says, I had a dude try to tell me I'm too fat. Baby, I work out daily and in the best shape I've ever been. Do you? He got mad because he was trying to humble me. Like I said, everything ain't for everybody. She said, I'm less fat these days and I feel wonderful. Good for you. Amen. Thank you. But no, I don't work that way. That lack of self-control over your mouth, I'm good. That's the number one sign, though, of, the emotionally immature woman, is the lack of mouth control. Like, the lack of mouth control, the inability to be quiet, wanting to have the last word, right? No. But the lack of Self-discipline and self-control. The fact that women, modern day women today, are actually out here telling you, yeah, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to sleep with whoever I want. I'm going to go wherever I want. I'm going to buy whatever I want. I'm going to do whatever. Like, yeah, they're quick to tell you that. And all the while, they losing. They taking L's all day, every day. Especially sleeping with whoever you want. You a dang fool. You a dang plumb fool if you out here talking about, oh, I need some sex and I get something out of it. And, you know, I'm a get me a lover or get me somebody to just have sex with. And it's okay. You can sell yourself short like that if you want. It can't be me. And then look, well, I don't know why you so worried about it. You know, this is what I'm doing with my body. Baby, you are bringing down the cost of sex. That's my problem. That's why I keep speaking about it. And I'm going to keep speaking about it. And I ain't going to shut up. Women out here slutting it up and sleeping around and giving men free sex. You are hurting everybody with your behavior. Everybody. And especially every woman. So the women who actually have self-worth and actually have value and actually have self-respect, because the honest to God truth is, these men expect that type of behavior from everybody. And like I said, I don't normally experience this because the men I have been out with have common sense. They know better. They do not expect to get no free sex from Anita. So they 99.9% of them don't ask. They're like, nope, Anita's not giving any free sex. But this is what I want to tell you. The next woman, they're like, well, what's up? How come I ain't getting no sex? I took you out to dinner. We went here. I did this. Like they coming at these women because they're like, baby girl yesterday gave me some. And baby girl last week gave me some. And this girl over here, I ain't even take her out. She came over to the house and we got it in and she left. And you got these adult men coming to good women, decent women. Like, what is happening? Like, why are you talking to me like this? Because these other women are doing that. What's up with you? Like I'm counterculture because I actually have some dignity, because I actually have some respect. Come on now, get out of this. Just like the men who give women money. Exactly. Men who lead with their wallet. It is the exact same thing. And because you got these particular dudes that because they don't have anything within themselves, let's go here. You don't feel good enough to pull that woman without buying her something, taking her somewhere, doing this and doing. No, I feel perfectly fine. I have worth and value outside of my wallet. I'm a great guy. I'm fun. I'm funny. I'm this, I'm that. Yeah. Men who know they got it going on don't need to do that. But if you lead with your wallet, see, now every woman, well, so-and-so said you bought her a purse, and so-and-so said you took her here. And now every woman is expecting that foolishness. I can't make this up, y'all. I had a person tell me that the first date they took a woman on was a cruise. Like, I was like, huh? Yeah, we had been talking for 2 weeks and, FaceTiming and getting to know each other. And I said, you know what? I got to go on this cruise. And, if you want to come along, what? And I'm thinking, okay, where are we going with this? Like, if that's the baseline, if going on cruises on your first date is the baseline, what you doing going up from that? like that's insanity. So we can't even chill at the house because the baseline is going on a cruise. Like, we can't even, what? I can't make this up, y'all. We can't even chill at the house because baseline is going on a 5-day cruise. Yeah. I kid y'all not. Okay, he said this is where everything gets cheap and transactional. I mean, we're there already. Females of many species choose who gets to mate. Nobody mates unless a woman deems you suitable. I think that's a privilege, but it seems women no longer want the responsibility. Yeah. And what do I always tell you, ladies? You have all the power. And you act like you have none. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting to me that women have all the power that they have, and yet it's like carrying around $1 million and you're begging for change. That's what today's women remind me of. You're carrying around $1 million cash and you're out on the corner begging for change. That's what y'all remind me of. So I don't understand it. I walk around like I got $1 million. Like, I don't know what they told you, but I got some money. I got $1 million on me right now. So I don't know what these women are doing today. You giving it all away. You giving it all away for free. I can respect prostitutes more than I can respect today's women. Because at least baby girl's like, look, this is how much it costs. This is what I do. This is how much this costs and that costs, because I got bills. I can respect that more than women out here having sex with men for free. Unvetted men. Men that they don't even know. Men that they have not tested for STDs. Y'all, because you got needs. Because I like sex. I got needs. How you look. How you sound. Lord. Absolutely wild. That's wild. What are the sleeping arrangements? I assume they stayed in the same room. That's what people do. They probably stayed in the same little, the little cabin and got it in. See? And then look, the woman is thinking, well, I gotta do this. I gotta sleep with this fool. He done brought me here on a cruise. That's sad. That's sad. And that's where a lot of y'all get this whole, oh, well, I don't want a man paying for nothing. I don't want a man giving me nothing because I'll owe him. You don't owe him jack. You don't owe him nothing. Once a man makes a suggestion, once a man asks you out, once a man takes it upon himself to bring you a gift, it's a gift. You don't owe him anything. Oh, my Lord. So I can't make this up, y'all. It's so interesting how all markets are the same. You can literally compare sex to business or an economy. You sure can. And right now, the price of pussy is in hell. the price of pee is in hell. Okay? It's basement bargain marked down. Like, buy one, get 12 free. Okay? So what kind of man, what do they look like now? With Anita coming along going, sir, I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know your STD status. I don't know anything about your family. I don't know anything, about your character. I don't feel comfortable. I'm funny about, the bodily fluid exchange. I just don't know you. You don't love me. I don't love you because I don't know you, right? What do I look like coming along saying all that? I'm crazy. I'm some sort of prude. I'm some sort of, I'm crazy out my mind. Because he's like, what are you talking about? This is buy one, get 12 free. What? So, nah. The sad part is a lot of those women are more discerning when it comes to protection than square women. Then you stuck with them. Cutting the cost of sex is a way for lesser women to temporarily increase value, and a man spending money can temporarily grow his value, but long term it ruins the market. Yep, it does. And that's where we are. It has finally caught up with us, ladies and gentlemen. The sexual revolution and all of that nonsense, it's caught up with us. And now a woman, there are young women right now, I kid y'all not, they're telling me, Anita, I have to do this. I have to do this to compete. I have to have sex with this guy. I have to, give him my body because there's all these other women. Okay. And I'm like, let them. Let those other women give their body. Hold on to the most precious resource that you have. Let them, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens to all those women sleeping with these men on the first, second, and third date. Let them. But don't you do it. But emotionally immature women are sexually undisciplined. They are undisciplined when it comes to food. They're undisciplined when it comes to exercise and health and fitness. They're not taking good care of themselves. They lack self-control and they lack self-discipline. So if you see any of these signs, okay, that comes from wanting what's not for you. Yeah. You see any of these signs, like as everyone knows about me, my circle is very small. It is very small. You know, I hold unique perspectives about a lot of things. So I piss a lot of people off. You know, I've come to terms with that. I definitely have always felt like the outsider. I've always felt to some degree like a loner. But I keep my circle very small. So I don't have a lot of emotionally immature women. I don't have any emotionally immature women in my circle. And look, I have a few friends that are older than me. They're like in their 60s. Because it's almost like, okay, well, if that's what needs to happen for me to have healthy relationships with women, let them be older, let them be more mature. Because these 30, 40, 50-year-olds, some of them are incredibly immature in their mindset. And, oh, a man's got to do this and that, and he's got to be like this and that. It's just very emotionally immature. So that's what our series is all about. And the goal is to grow. So let me give you the solutions, because remember, I don't ever want to leave you without real solutions. Ladies, here's a challenge I'm going to give to you for the next 30 days. I want you to make a promise to yourself. I want you to do something hard. I want you to do something that you don't want to do. But you know that if you did it for 30 days, it would actually be really good for you. Okay? So whether that's give up something, whether that's start doing something healthy, whether that's, you know, whatever that thing is, you know, not buying those shoes, not buying that bag, or, you know, saving $10 a week, $20 a week, right? Start small. I have 2 savings accounts, and I have an amount for each account. It is directly deposited into those accounts every month. So it just happens. I don't see it. It just happens. It just happens. It just happens, right? That's one of the ways that I've trained myself to be very disciplined about saving money, because I have those 2 accounts. I have my investment account, and every month money just comes out of my business checking or out of my personal checking into those accounts. And that's a promise that I've made to myself. But I want you to make a promise to yourself. I want you to choose one thing this month that you're either going to give up or you're going to start doing. And I want you to do it consistently. I want you to develop self-control, and I want you to develop self-discipline. It could be as simple as I'm going to drink water every day. I will give up sodas. I will give up fruit juice, or I will give up alcohol. I will give up, you know, potato chips, or whatever is your favorite thing. I will give up eating out. So this month, y'all, like I said, I'm on this anti-sugar thing. The other thing I'm trying to do is not eat out this month. I don't eat out a lot, but when I do, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy, like, okay, I'm gonna eat out, right? Somebody else is gonna cook. They're gonna make a dish that I love, and I'm just gonna sit there and enjoy it. So the month of October, can't eat out. I have a trip up to DC the 20th and the 21st, so that's the only time I'm gonna have to break it, because I'm not gonna be at home. Unless I go over to my auntie's house. I might go over to my auntie's house and eat over there, but or my cousin's house. But outside of that, there will be no eating out this month, because again, this is what discipline, this is what self-control looks like. You are going to bridle your flesh. But the fact that there are so many children born out of wedlock, that tells me a lot about the lack of self-discipline in our community. And look at this. Look, let me go here, and then I'm going to get off of this. I'm going to get off of this, y'all, I swear. This is what is mind altering. It's not that y'all out here sleeping around. It's not that y'all out here sleeping with men you're not married to, or just sleeping with a whole bunch of men. It's the fact that you can't even use birth control. That's what does me in. It's one thing for you to be a slut, right? It's one thing for you to be hoeing or just be out in these streets. It's another thing to have a child, a 18 plus year responsibility, a child come out of it. That to me is what's mind altering. That you don't even have the self-discipline to take a pill every day. That you don't even have the self-discipline to get a shot in your tail. that you don't even have the self-discipline to make him wear a condom, use a IUD, use a, what is it? What's the other thing? Like, y'all not doing nothing. Like, y'all completely lack self-control. You lack self-control to not have sex. And then you lack self-control to not use birth control. Like, that's what's mind altering. So it's like on multiple levels where you all just gonna do what you gonna do. And gonna have all these kids by men you don't know, men that don't like you, don't love you, that's mind altering to me. So that's it. That's the part yeah. He says, do you think we should be inflating our kids' egos? I think that can affect them as adults, calling them all so handsome and beautiful, and then the world doesn't feel the same. I think you need to focus on things that matter. So that's what I did for my kids. I focused on the things that matter. I focused on creating integrity in my children. I focused on self-discipline. I focused on self-control. So when my kids displayed discipline, that's what I blew up. Like, oh, look at you. You're not doing this and you're doing that and blah, blah, blah. My son is on this workout journey. So, every day that he works out, I'm like, oh, another day you're working out. Oh my God. Like, that's what we need to pump our kids up about. We're pumping our kids up about all the wrong things. We need to be pumping our kids up when they have self-respect. We need to pump them up when they have dignity. We need to pump them up when they have self-control. Whenever my kids save, whenever they're investing, that's what I make a big deal about. Because to me, those are the things that matter. Your little boy being handsome and your little girl being cute and your little boy being good at football or your little girl being good at dance. Okay. Like I said, okay. But no, it's the character. That's what we should be working on. Whenever my kids do the right thing, whenever they tell the truth, whenever they stand up for themselves, that's what I pump up. That's what I make a big deal about, because that is actually what matters out in the world. These things start with upbringing as well. The things you are speaking on were taught to me by my mother at a young age. I've always been taught that your body is your temple. I never could understand jumping from body to body. Like I told y'all, that's a beautiful thing. And you're right. I agree with you that a lot of women did not get this in their home, but I'm just not built for that. I'm not built to be swapping fluids like that. I think it's nasty. I'm not being honest. I think it's nasty. I just think it's gross, but I agree with you. It is a lack of home training, as we say. All right. Someone will always be prettier, more handsome, and taller. Agreed. Okay. She says, I'm in. I want you to pick something. Make a promise to yourself, whether it's something you're going to do or something you're going to stop doing. And then I want you to do it for 30 days. And like I said, I'm on day 1. I ain't even going to lie to y'all. I have a lot of discipline. I have a lot of self-control. But it's something about this sugar, y'all. That sugar got me. It got me. It's on me. It's like a monkey on my back. That sugar, look. And they were like, you can't have no pancakes. And you can't have no syrup. And you can't have no, flavored syrup in your coffee. And I was like, oh, God. They're killing me, y'all. They're killing me. Yes, I want to be very real with my kids. Know your strengths and weaknesses. We all can't be Beyonce. Exactly. A lot are on birth control. LOL. They forget pills some days. Oh, my God. Y'all. Yes, self-awareness is a huge factor in decision making. Yes. Oh, my gosh. Y'all, please. Substance and self-control. Physical appearance can be changed for the negative in a moment. I agree. I don't focus on what my kids look like. I don't focus on, I just don't, because those things, in my opinion, don't matter. I have beautiful children, right? I have beautiful children. I thank God every day that all of them, they look like me. Then none of them come out looking like their daddy. They're beautiful children, but I don't focus on that. I focus on building their character. That's the number one thing that I want them to stand on, because to me, it's priceless. It's timeless, is your character. So, yep. All right. But that's today's lesson. I'm going to have another one of these lessons later, because I got to get two in every day so I can finish this series up by Thursday. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. My channel is slowly growing. It's very slowly growing, y'all. It was quickly growing. And now it done slowed down. So if you're over on YouTube, check out Better Love Movement. Go over there and subscribe. You can hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos come out, which is usually once or twice a day. And that is actually where you can watch these lives. If you are not a paid subscriber to my Instagram platform, you will not see lives over here. I do not save lives on Instagram unless you are a subscriber. So you have that option too. You can subscribe and there you go. But if you want to watch it for free, you need to take your hips over to YouTube and you need to subscribe to the channel. Any more books coming? So I am revising my first book. I am extending it, revising it. And I am trying to find a way to offer a discount to everyone who purchased the first edition. I'm trying to figure that out now. I'm actually working with Amazon trying to figure out how I can offer a huge discount for people who purchased the first book. So I'm working on that. But that should be out in November. That's one of the projects that I have to complete. Hold on one second. That's the most important thing in the world. I can't wait to reward my daughters when being a good friend and let them know when being a bad one. My daughters get stars for character based on things. That's good. That's exactly the way it should be. And if I'm being honest, y'all, my dad, like I said, my dad, he would tell me I was beautiful, but it was in a way that was very flippant. Like, yeah, of course you look good. Like, oh yeah, you're not, these dudes aren't good enough for you. Like he would tell me that in so many words. But he really was built, like I said. The reason why I'm so anti-ho, y'all want to know the truth? You know why I'm so anti-ho? Is my daddy. Okay? My daddy drilled in me that what I had between my legs was the most precious thing on earth. Like, I kid y'all not a day went by that he was like, don't get that away. Don't get at it just anybody. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like, no. You wait until you find a good man. You wait until you married, or you wait until, yeah, he was like, don't just, everybody ain't deserving. Most men, he told me most men are not deserving. So when you listen to that day in and day out, when you have a man tell you, speak life into you and tell you about yourself, it's hard to be out here tricking. Like, it's hard. Like, yeah, like, I kid you not. I remember in college, I was like, them boys was everywhere. I was like, nah. Trying to get his up. I ain't trying to have that much fun. I had my fun in college, but not that kind of fun. Nah, I road trip. And we took the train up to New York, and I hung out with my girlfriends, and we went to frat parties and all that. But all this hoeing, no, I don't think that's fun. Like I said, I want a man that loves me. I want a man that's committed to me. I want a man that's about me, right? I want a man to feel like he the luckiest man on earth when he get it. But all this whole, yeah, I'm going to get it from you and her and her and her and her and her, and then I'm going to tell everybody that I got it from y'all. No, I'm not interested in that. That don't do nothing for me. So that's all I'm saying. I don't understand it. Maybe people were not raised like me, but I'm raising my daughters like that. Like, don't you do that to just anybody. Some of these little boys, these little nasty boys, and they look dirty. No, thank you. That's why fathers are needed. That's my worst nightmare. Though to some women, it's not a big deal. Oh, yeah. And y'all find out about these people family. You better find out about these people family. She said, all this on now, I'm dead, auntie. Off of what you said. Yeah, no. I don't understand it. And y'all be having all kind of female issues and bacterial vaginosis and the yeast infection. I can't. My pH is good. My pH is good. And look, let me tell y'all how good the pH is. Okay, this is a little TMI. But I'm just being honest, ladies, that if you have an odor, if people can smell you or you have an odor, sometimes it's your hygiene, but sometimes it's all that hoeing. That's what you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear that all that hoeing got your pH jacked up. It got your smell jacked up. It got you jacked up because you got all these men, and look, some of these men ain't clean. Look, y'all, I'ma go here. I told my daughter the other day, I said, baby, and look, she blushed. She was on FaceTime. She was just a blushing. I said, you make sure that man is clean. These men out here that don't keep their pecker clean and they think they gonna put it in you, No. Some of these men out here are not clean. And I don't mean STD. It could be that too. I mean physically clean. They're not physically washing their Johnson and think they gonna put it in you. And you doing that to this man and that man and this man and that man. And you wonder why. That things are not fresh. Things don't smell good. Right? No, baby, I'm fresh over here. I'm fresh. I could take my underwear off right now and smell it and be like, oh, oh, okay. There ain't no sour, acidic. No. Everything is as it should be. That's living right. That's what I tell women. When you got all these issues with your private area and you itching and you got yeast infections and you got BV and you got all these problems because something ain't right. Somebody ain't living right. It's either you ain't living right or he ain't living right. And he putting his unclean pecker in you. So I told my daughter this just the other day. Because look, she said, yeah, they said, I got some sort of thing and I got to take, what is it, the antibiotics? I was like, for what? She said, no, I don't have nothing. I don't have no STDs, but they just said, I said, Kai, make sure that boy is washing himself. He need to have a condom on his pecker. I said, but no. See, this why I don't get down. This why I don't get down, y'all. I don't want, gross. That's nasty, y'all. That's nasty. I can't do it. So that's all I'm saying. Okay. If there's an odor, if you struggle with odor, if other people can smell you, I need you to check that. Check what you're eating and check that the man, his pecker's clean and stop putting every pecker inside of you. Okay. That's it. Yeah. That's my mama. That's my auntie energy. Right? Everybody can't handle that level of transparency. Everybody can't handle that level of truth. But that's what's missing. That's what's missing today. We're not telling women the truth. We're not telling young girls the truth. I tell my daughters the truth. As long as you're keeping yourself clean and you're washing yourself and you're doing all the things, we should not smell you. But if you are out here sleeping around and letting all these men do their business, as they say, the pump and dump, yeah, we're going to smell you. Your pH is off. So, no, everything over here is fresh. Very fresh. Fresh as a daisy. So, no. Okay? No. Y'all know I can't. Okay, he said, that and my son being a useless man, like a grown man who can't even keep a job because he don't want to work or lack basic competency. You're right. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. I thank God every day that my kids are, decent citizens, that they're working or going to school. That's a nightmare. Yeah, he said if you have an odor, it's absolutely from something. Exactly. But see, y'all, I can't talk like this. I can't talk like this, y'all, because they can't take it. They can't take it. They can't take it. If I be honest with them, if I tell them the truth, they can't take it. Oh, why you say that, Miss Anita? Oh, you making me feel bad. Oh, somebody got to tell you. Hey, Big L, he said, can we turn around this culture? I'm doing my part in a tiny piece of my world. I'm doing my part one person at a time. I really am. Because like I said, this is me. I've already made up my mind and God has already ordained it. Anita, to be you. Be you. Okay, you use that mouth for good. Use that mouth for glory. That's what he told me. Because you're going to talk. Anita going to say it. So you go ahead and be you. You use that mouth for the glory of God. I think men need to take the culture into our responsibility at this point. I agree. Because kids need fathers and the women aren't choosing the right one. So we got to choose the right woman and create family. I agree. She said their diet is poor also. They're not drinking water, soap, and common sense is needed. Yeah, but again, we have to talk about this. We have to talk about this. We are letting these young women, we have to talk about this. And it's like, yeah, let me be the bad guy. Because you would not believe how many women, I can't believe you said that. Okay, let me be the bad guy. I can handle it. I can handle it. That's the beauty of being this age and just being like, I don't care. I don't care what y'all think. I don't know y'all. Yeah. So maybe that, I don't know. Maybe that's what's needed. But all right. But y'all check me out on YouTube. I'm going to finish this series on Thursday. If you're subscribed here, you can watch it here. But if not, you can check it out on YouTube. All the videos should be posted by Thursday, maybe Friday at the absolute latest. And we're going to keep this series going. He said, I truly don't think we can trust women to create these families, no matter how much I would love for them to fix it. They focused on careers. Like I said, I have to do my part in this part of the world. My focus is women. If I can get enough women on the bandwagon to just close their legs, to just, value themselves and believe that they are worthy, we may be able to turn this ship around. Would I love healthy masculine leadership? I would, and I would follow it to the ends of the earth. If a group of men right now decided to stand up and we're going to take wives and we're going to make honest women out of these women and we're going to have families, I would follow that to the ends of the earth. But for now, God has ordained me to do this. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm not going to tell men what they should do. That's not my place. I'm going to let other men do that. She said, we have to keep hope, fam, as a man, keep speaking up against the BS. Exactly. That's it. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. All right, y'all, have a great rest of the day. I got to run in and pick up my Target order, and then I'm going to the bank and headed home and try to work on this admin paperwork because it's kicking my tail. So have a great, great day. He said we need an anti-red pill movement. We do. We do. Yeah. And I don't know, like I said, who gonna start it. I don't know who's gonna, I'm seeing some good guys in the space, but somebody needs to kind of take the lead. So red pill, tell them get money and have sex, but we got to get money and build families. Correct. Correct. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me in this series. Hang in there. All right. Hang in there. This is the tough love some of y'all need. Have a great day. And as always, stay open to love.